What if I told you that a single habit, something so simple that almost anyone can do it, has the power to transform your energy, your mood, your body, your sleep, your confidence, and even the length of your life? And what if that habit doesn't require a gym membership, doesn't require equipment, doesn't require athletic skill, and takes just 30 minutes a day? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But that's exactly what walking can do for you. And not marathon walking, not hiking mountains, not hitting 10,000 steps every single day, just walking calmly, at your own pace, for 30 minutes. And today, you and I are diving deep into what really happens to your body, your brain, and your long-term health when you walk just 30 minutes a day. And by the end of this video, I promise you're not just going to want to walk, you're going to feel excited to start today. Let's talk like real people for a second. We're living in a world where fitness has become complicated. Every day there's a new workout, a new trend, a new supplement, a new diet, a new way to burn fat faster than ever. And while many of these things can be helpful, a lot of them also make people feel overwhelmed. Because deep down, most people just want something simple, something realistic, something sustainable, something that actually fits into real life, not a fantasy version of life where you have unlimited time, unlimited motivation, and unlimited energy. So today, I want to strip all that away and focus on the most accessible form of exercise that exists, walking. Because while walking may look simple on the outside, the science behind what it does for your body is anything but simple. 30 minutes a day is enough to create real, measurable changes in your health, your metabolism, your heart, your joints, your hormones, your brain, and even your emotional well-being. And the crazy part, you don't even need to walk fast. You don't need to hit a certain speed. You just need to move. Now, let's start with something most people care about: weight. The truth is, walking is one of the most underrated fat-burning tools on the planet. When you walk for 30 minutes at a comfortable pace, your body taps into stored fat for energy. It does this because walking uses the aerobic energy system, which means your body prefers to burn fat as fuel instead of relying heavily on carbohydrates. So even though walking doesn't feel intense, your body is quietly, steadily, consistently burning fat in the background. And here's the best part. Because walking is low stress on the body, your cortisol levels stay balanced, which is huge for weight loss. High-intensity workouts can be amazing, but if your life is stressful, your sleep is poor, or you're already struggling with fatigue, they can actually increase cortisol and make fat loss harder. Walking does the opposite. It calms your body while still burning calories. Over a week, that 30-minute walk can burn around 1,500 to 2,000 calories depending on your pace and body weight. Over a month, you're looking at the caloric equivalent of dropping about half a kilogram to a full kilogram of body fat, without changing anything else. Now combine that with better sleep, better digestion, better hydration, and a better mood, and your progress multiplies. This is why you'll hear people say, "Walking changed everything for me." They're not exaggerating. It's one of the easiest habits to stick to, and the results silently compound. But fat loss is just the beginning. One of the biggest transformations you'll see from walking 30 minutes a day happens inside your heart and your blood vessels. When you walk, your circulation improves almost instantly. Your heart becomes more efficient, pumping blood with less effort. Your resting heart rate often drops over time, and your blood pressure begins to regulate. Walking stimulates nitric oxide production, which relaxes and widens blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow through your body. If you've ever felt cold hands or cold feet, or you've felt sluggish during the day, walking can change that. It also has a powerful effect on cholesterol, raising your good HDL cholesterol while reducing the sticky, dangerous LDL particles that increase the risk of plaque buildup. And the beautiful part, it doesn't take months to see these benefits. Studies show measurable improvements in cardiovascular health after just 3 to 4 weeks of regular daily walking. Better heart health also means better stamina, more energy, and less fatigue throughout the day. You might start noticing you're not tired climbing stairs, you're not winded carrying groceries, and you're not exhausted by simple daily tasks anymore. Now let's move into something you might not expect: walking's effect on your brain. If walking were a pill, it would be the best-selling mental health drug in the world. When you walk, your brain releases serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins, the chemicals responsible for happiness, motivation, pleasure, and stress reduction. At the same time, your body lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. Even a 10-minute walk can shift your mood, but when you walk for 30 minutes every day, the cumulative effect is incredibly powerful. It's been shown to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, improve emotional resilience, and help people handle stress more effectively. And if you've ever gone on a walk to clear your mind, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something almost magical about the rhythm of walking. Your body moves in a steady pattern, your breathing deepens, your posture opens up, and your brain gets a gentle reset. Creative thinkers throughout history, writers, inventors, scientists, used regular walking as a way to process thoughts and spark ideas. Steve Jobs famously held walking meetings because he believed it made people more open, creative, and connected. And he wasn't wrong. When you walk, your brain's problem-solving centers become more active, your memory improves, and your cognitive function gets a boost. Over the long term, walking is associated with a reduced risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. It's truly one of the best investments you can make for your long-term brain health. But let's bring things back to a very real, very everyday benefit: energy. So many people today wake up tired, go through the day tired, and fall asleep tired but wired. Low energy has become normal for a lot of people, but it shouldn't be. When you walk daily, your cells literally become better at producing energy. Mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells, multiply and become more efficient. This means your body produces more natural energy without caffeine, without sugar, and without stimulants. That afternoon crash that you've gotten used to, it becomes less common. That sluggish, foggy feeling in the morning, it starts to fade. And that, "I'm too tired to work out" mindset, it starts to shift because your body finally has the fuel it needs to move. Another powerful benefit of walking 30 minutes a day is the impact on blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. When you walk, your muscles soak up glucose from your bloodstream to use as fuel. This helps stabilize your blood sugar levels, prevents those big spikes and crashes, and improves insulin sensitivity over time. For people dealing with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, walking is one of the most effective lifestyle tools available. And here's something really interesting. Walking after meals, even a slow walk, can significantly reduce the blood sugar spike that normally happens after eating. If you've ever felt sleepy or heavy after a meal, a 10-minute walk can change how your body processes that food. Now imagine the effect of walking 30 minutes every single day. You're constantly keeping your blood sugar in check. You're supporting your metabolism. You're preventing long-term complications. And you're giving your body the consistency it needs to function at its best. Let's talk about your joints, because walking plays a major role in long-term mobility. When you move your body through walking, you're lubricating your joints. Think of it like oiling the hinges of a door. When you stop moving, everything becomes stiff, tight, and harder to use. Many people with knee pain or back pain assume that rest is the answer, but often, gentle movement is exactly what the body needs. Walking strengthens the muscles that support your knees, your hips, your spine, and your ankles. It improves your posture, it stabilizes your core, and it helps reduce chronic pain caused by muscle imbalances or modern sedentary lifestyles. Sitting all day shortens your hip flexors, weakens your glutes, tightens your hamstrings, and stiffens your spine. Walking reverses these patterns. And something amazing happens when you walk regularly. You start becoming more aware of your body. Your stride improves. Your balance improves. Your coordination improves. Your posture naturally becomes taller and more open. And over time, this can reduce headaches, shoulder tightness, neck strain, and lower back discomfort. Now let's move into one of the most surprising transformations that people experience when they walk daily: better sleep. Walking helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which is your internal 24-hour clock that controls when you feel awake and when you feel sleepy. When you walk during the day, especially outdoors, your body is exposed to natural light, which signals your brain to regulate melatonin production more effectively. This means you fall asleep faster, your sleep becomes deeper, and you wake up feeling more refreshed. Sleep is one of the most important pillars of health, and walking supports it in the most natural way. But beyond all the physical benefits, walking 30 minutes a day creates something even more powerful: a mindset shift. When you build the habit of walking, even if it's just 30 minutes, you're telling your brain, "I take care of myself. My health matters. My body matters." You start proving to yourself that you can stick to something. And that confidence leaks into other parts of your life. Suddenly you want to drink more water. Suddenly you want to eat a little healthier. Suddenly you want to sleep a little earlier. Suddenly you want to take on bigger challenges. Walking becomes the foundation that supports every other good habit. And what's even better is that walking has the lowest barrier to entry of any exercise. You can walk inside your home, You can walk outside. You can walk in your office. You can walk in your neighborhood. You can walk in a park. You can walk on a treadmill. You can walk with friends. You can walk alone. You can listen to music, podcasts, silence, anything. You can walk slow. You can walk fast. You can take breaks. You can start with 10 minutes and build up to 30. There's no perfect form, no perfect speed, no perfect route. You just walk, and the simplicity is what makes it sustainable. Now, let's talk about something people often overlook: mental clarity. You know those days when your mind feels cluttered, like your thoughts are stacking on top of each other. Walking is one of the best ways to reset your mental state. Scientists have found that walking improves blood flow to the brain, increases oxygen delivery, and triggers the release of neurotrophic factors. These are chemicals that help your brain grow, repair, and stay healthy. When you walk consistently, you start thinking clearer. Decisions become easier. Stress feels lighter. Problems feel more manageable, and your mind becomes sharper. Imagine giving yourself a built-in mental reset button every single day. That's what walking provides. Another thing people don't always expect is the improvement in digestion. Walking stimulates the natural movement of your digestive system, helping food move more smoothly through your body. It reduces bloating, reduces constipation, and improves gut health over time. If you ever feel heavy or uncomfortable after meals, a slow walk can make a huge difference. And again, this compounds over time. Your gut health improves, which affects everything from immunity to mood to inflammation. Walking also boosts your immune system. It increases the activity of your white blood cells, making your body more efficient at fighting off illnesses. People who walk regularly tend to get fewer colds, recover faster, and feel healthier throughout the year. It also helps reduce inflammation, the root cause of many chronic diseases. And because walking helps regulate hormones, stabilize blood sugar, and manage stress, your overall internal environment becomes far healthier and more resilient. Let's shift into body composition, because this is another thing that changes when you walk daily. Even though walking is low impact, it strengthens your legs, your glutes, your core, and your back muscles. Over time, your body becomes tighter, firmer, leaner, and more toned. Your posture improves, your waistline shrinks, and your body starts looking more athletic without intense workouts. And here's something important. Walking actually helps preserve muscle while burning fat. Unlike extreme calorie cutting or high-stress training, walking signals your body that it's safe to use fat for fuel without breaking down muscle tissue. This is why fitness experts often recommend walking during fat loss phases. It keeps your metabolism healthy. Speaking of metabolism, walking has a surprisingly powerful effect on how your body burns calories even when you're not moving. Consistent walking increases your basal metabolic rate, the number of calories your body burns at rest. The more you walk, the more efficient your body becomes at energizing itself. Your metabolism slowly shifts into a healthier rhythm. Many people notice they stop gaining weight as easily, even if they haven't made huge dietary changes. It's small, but consistent, and life-changing. Now let's talk about something deeper: your identity. When you become someone who walks every day, you slowly start seeing yourself differently. You begin to see yourself as someone who values health, someone who follows through, someone who shows up, someone who does something positive every day. And that identity shift is the real magic. Because once you see yourself as someone who takes care of their body, everything else becomes easier. Let me take you into the long-term benefits, because this is what truly makes walking 30 minutes a day so life-changing. Walking regularly reduces your risk of heart disease by up to 35%. It reduces your risk of stroke. It reduces your risk of type 2 diabetes by up to 40%. It reduces your risk of certain cancers. It strengthens your bones and reduces the risk of osteoporosis. It improves your balance and coordination, reducing the risk of falls as you age. It helps maintain a healthy weight effortlessly. It improves longevity. Yes, walking actually helps you live longer. Studies show that people who walk regularly live up to 7 years longer than people who don't. And those years aren't just extra. They're healthier, stronger, more active years. It's one of the most powerful longevity tools that exists, and it's free. But I want to talk about something even more important than all the science. I want to talk about what walking feels like when it becomes a habit. Because that's where the real magic is. Walking becomes your daily escape. It becomes your quiet time. It becomes your stress release. It becomes your meditation. It becomes your way of reconnecting with yourself. It becomes your break from screens, from noise, from responsibilities, from pressure. It becomes something you look forward to. And on the hard days, because we all have hard days, walking becomes your therapy. You can walk out your frustration, your anxiety, your sadness, your overwhelm. You can walk your way into clarity, into calmness, into motivation. It doesn't solve every problem, but it helps you handle every problem better. And the best part is that walking creates momentum. Once you commit to 30 minutes a day, you start wanting to take better care of yourself in other ways. You drink more water. You improve your meals little by little. You stretch more. You start sleeping better. You feel stronger. You feel lighter. You feel more in control. You feel proud. That habit of walking becomes the foundation for a healthier, happier lifestyle. And that's why I always tell people, walking is not just walking. It's a life-changing daily practice. Now, here's the most important part. Consistency beats intensity every single time. You don't need to walk fast. You don't need to walk far. You don't need to sweat buckets. You just need 30 minutes. Some days you'll feel great and walk faster. Some days you'll walk slow. Some days you'll feel tired. Some days you'll feel energized. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you show up. Your body knows the difference. Your mind knows the difference. Your future self will thank you. And if you're thinking, I don't have time, let me say this. You don't need to do all 30 minutes at once. You can do 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunch, 10 minutes in the evening. It still counts. You can walk while talking on the phone. You can walk while listening to music or podcasts. You can walk after meals. You can walk indoors if the weather is bad. You can walk circles around your living room if you have to. The goal is movement, not perfection. So let me ask you something. What would your life look like 30 days from now if you committed to walking 30 minutes every single day? How would your energy feel? How would your body feel? How would your mood feel? How would your stress levels feel? How much closer would you be to your goals? Imagine 60 days. Imagine 90 days. Imagine 6 months. Imagine a year from now. Think about the version of you who never gave up, who kept walking, who kept moving forward one step at a time. That version of you is healthier, happier, stronger, calmer, and more confident. And all it takes is 30 minutes a day. So if no one has told you today, let me be the first, you can do this. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve to feel proud of yourself. You deserve a healthy, energized life. And it starts with something as simple as walking. So, tomorrow, or even better, today, take that first step. Don't think about the whole journey. Don't worry about perfection. Just start walking. 30 minutes. One foot in front of the other. Let this be the beginning of your transformation. And I promise you, your future self is already smiling, already thanking you, already celebrating the decision you're making today. Because when you walk 30 minutes a day, you don't just change your health, you change your life.